What's up, dudes and dudettes of the internet? My name's Scythe, and today I'm going to be giving you a tutorial of something that's not in game yet. So we're actually hanging out on the test server right now. That's why I have this beautiful dragon, because I couldn't believe it if I ended up getting it on the live server. But anyways, they're actually going to be introducing a brand new, beautiful UI. Now, this is a complete overhaul of the current UI with the style and collections menu, and because of that, it's going to be a little bit confusing, everybody. So I'm going to try and do my best to explain to you how it all works so that once this actually comes to the live server, you're going to be properly prepared. Of course, all of these are kind of just self-explanatory and more visually representative of what they actually do, rather than just having to hover over them for a bunch of text. So you can click on the badges category, and then you can go into the Dragon Ascension, social badges, gameplay badges, and if you click any of those, you can see all of the different badges based on their category, kind of organized similarly to what it already is in game right now, but it's more of a vertical list rather than just kind of putting them all one beside each other. Now, this does have a bit of a downside because it does mean that you're going to be doing a lot more scrolling because rather than having these badges one after another, and I think it's like 5 of them in a row before it starts the next tab or something, I'm not sure, I don't remember, but either way, the fact that you have to scroll so much is a little bit more tedious, especially if you end up going into the styles section, and let's just see the melee section. You can see right here, man alive, that is a lot of stuff to scroll through, isn't it? But you don't need to worry about that, everybody, because now they have finally, I've been wanting this since day one. I have been mentioning it. I know that it's not because of me that they put this in. It's because everybody, all of us collected together and said, do it. And they did it. It's great. So now with this new search function, you can finally see, because people always ask me, like, what weapon style am I using? I'm using the Soaring Glory. So you can always just search up well, I guess you can't search it up in the melee styles, but you can always just search it up in the main category, and it's gonna find everything of that type. So you can see the bow style right here. And as we search it up, you can see, why did this one show up at the top? Actually, you know what? I was gonna say it's because of my favorites, but I think it's showing up at the top because this is just styles in general, while this is the bow style vault. So it's 2 separate categories. But if you end up favoriting stuff, it's gonna show up in the faves and stuff. And this is where things get really interesting. Let's just go to the mount category right here. Already, I've been messing with this for just like 5 minutes, and already I understand where everything is and how it all works properly. I love that they went for the visual route rather than it just being all text. Now, of course, you can hover over it and still see what each category actually is, but the fact that you can just go through all of them like so easily, it's just like a browser. It's so great and very intuitive now. So you can go to the faves and stuff, and now you can click on favorites, and anything that you've hearted is gonna show up in this section. That is fantastically wonderful. Seriously. And here's another bonus. You can go to recently equipped, so you can see what mounts or what weapons or allies or anything that you've recently equipped. We'll show this off in a different video. Then you can also go to recently acquired. Now, this is where the tool gets very, very powerful and very interesting as well. This, by the way, I don't actually have. It's on the PTS server, so you can't actually have patron, but I'm guessing that the Lego dragon is gotten from patron. I don't know. They got a couple different dragons on the PTS right now, but don't worry about it. Then there was also the other thing I wanted to show you was that as you go into the different sections, for any of the mounts that you don't currently have, I guess I shouldn't actually go on to this. Let's go to the mount section and scroll down until we find the Nimbus, which I don't have, and then you can always click on this button right here, which actually searches up the mount for you and finds it in the market. Now, that is fantastic. But one thing that I think the devs completely overlooked, unfortunately, and I would really hope that they end up putting it in to the final product before it shows up on the live server, is do not take that function away from the mounts that we already own, because it would be so convenient to be able to look up any of the mounts, even the ones that you have, in the market. So if we have the prancing pinata, we can't search it up in the market, so we'd have to do it manually. Why would you want to do that? Well, say you're trying to buy it for a friend, or you just want to flip it in the market, or just check out what its prices are because you have one and you want to sell it. So I think that would be fantastic. Hopefully the devs will end up putting that into the game rather than having it taken away, because otherwise this is just fantastic. It's such a great tool. I love it. I think it's gonna make things in the market sell a lot faster, as well as being bought a lot faster for people that are actually selling things because of ease of use. This is fantastic for new players, and I think that it is great that they're finally adding something that is going to overall help all of the Trove players rather than just people that are at the end game, because a lot of the updates that have been coming out have been highly mostly influencing people at the end game and helping people at the end game. Even the gem system in general doesn't really change the beginning of the game too much for new players, while still doing a little bit, but something like this is just great. I think they really need to focus more of their attention on stuff like this, because this is something that should have been in Trove at launch, like almost a year ago now. A long time ago, this should have been into the game, which it's great that it's better late than never, I guess, right? But anyway, I'm just rambling now, and I'm just gonna talk about how good it is. So yeah, another thing too that I have noticed just before we end the video here is that there's a little bit of bugs and a little bit of issues. So for example, this one right here, this counts as the mount tab. I'm pretty sure this is why this happens, and this is why it's coded like this. So this is the mount tab. Even though it's a dragon, we click on it and it's gonna take us into the mounts category. I don't know if this is something that they're going to fix. I don't know if it's something that they even can fix as far as the coding is concerned. Maybe it's just as simple as an error that they overlooked, because otherwise, like, it took us into the mount section rather than taking us into the dragon section. Now that they have the dragons and mounts in two separate categories, it means that they're gonna have to set all this stuff appropriately. Now, maybe they will end up doing that anyways, but yeah. And also, as you end up clicking one that you're already equipped to, you're gonna notice immediately that hide uncollected is automatically going to be checkmarked, so you can always uncheck that just if you're searching for random stuff. But primarily, that's only going to show up if you click one that you're already equipped to, which is fine. That's great, because why would you want to click on and change your wings to one that you don't already have, you know? And also, just a sneak peek just on the side, they actually have quite a few new dragons that are coming into the game very soon. But either way, thanks for watching, everybody. I very much appreciate it. Hope you found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to Hadouken the like button, share, favorite, and subscribe to join Team Pixel Cyno, and stay epic, everybody.